Hey everybody, it's Game Scribble here, and today's video is all about the Templar. This is a build that is inspired by the Fudge Muppet build, the Templar. I'll have a link to that build in the description below. Just a general overview, the Templar is a high elf. She is wearing the ancient Falmer armor, aerial shield. She's using Dawnbreaker as her main one-handed weapon. She does have some backup weapons, which we'll go into in a second. There's an option for her to have the ethereal crown instead of this ancient Falmer crown. But because she's so heavily into enchanting, I figure I can enchant this crown and do what I want with it. But you can also have the ethereal crown if you want 2 standing stones. It's your choice. This does not follow the Fudge Muppet build completely, like 100%. This is just, I was inspired by his backstory idea for this, and the armor set looks awesome. So I decided to kind of take that and use the main focus of the build, but there's a lot of room for interpretation. I don't like to follow builds exactly to the T. So when you're doing this build, feel free to branch out and do different things. But the main focus of this build, this is a high elf, the Templar. She is joined the Templar Order in the Somerset Isles, where she grew up. You know, she trained with that Templar Order. She earned respect with that Templar Order. You know, she worked her way up in that order.
Do you hunt? The plains outside Whiterun are ripe with game.
I'm sorry, what? You know, I'm trying to do a video here. I mean, jeez. Anyway, before I was so rudely interrupted, she became a very consistent member of the Templar Order in the Somerset Isles, and she really liked their focus, their purpose of banishing Daedra and fighting Daedra, but also helping people and spreading the message of her Templar Order was a big thing to her. The Templar Order she was involved with sort of strayed away from that positive message, and they went more so into the Thalmor belief system of being more offensive than defensive, and she just had a falling out, decided to leave the Templar Order and kind of go her own way. She moved around a little bit. She was very private, almost like a hermit, you know, lived away from people and just practiced her, you know, restoration magic and kind of lived a very peaceful life, helping out people, working as a healer when she needed to. Like I said, she was traveling around. But she kept having visions of Ariel and Skyrim and disruption and dismay, and she felt that she was sort of getting a calling to go to Skyrim and see what she could do to help the people of Skyrim. So she traveled into Skyrim. She made her way into Riverwood. She set up camp outside of Riverwood and kind of went into Riverwood. Was her first you know, contact with the people in Skyrim, and she decided that she was going to start a new Templar Order, back to the original roots of her original Templar Order, where she just did good for people and wasn't on the offensive, and it was more about helping people and ridding the land of evil and things like that. So she decided to start a new Templar Order, and she was going to go from town to town, to city, and just get new followers, get people on board, spread her positive message. And along the way, if she had to punch some Daedra and vampires in the face, she certainly would do that. So that's where the backstory kind of ends. You can add and subtract and kind of, you know, mold it into whatever you want, but that's her story. I want to highlight some of the mods that I used in this build to help me. really make this build fun. So let's take a look at those mods. I do have a video on a mod load order that basically it's all the mods I used for this build, but just to highlight some of the ones that were really helpful and made this build a lot of fun. Certainly there was one called Armored Circlets. So here it is, Armored Circlets. Basically all the vanilla circlets are craftable. You can upgrade them to both light armor or heavy armor. You can create them at the forge. You can increase them with your smithing. You can smith them up to legendary. You can enchant them. So because she's wearing light armor, I made light armor circlet. You know, through the beginning of the game, before you get your end game armor here, which is Ariel's armor or the Ancient Falmer armor. Speaking of which, these armor mods that I have here, all the way, I have a lot of armor mods, I'm really into that, but unique armor and weapons, unenchanted. This mod is awesome. It is where I got the Ancient Falmer armor that I'm wearing. With this mod, you're able to craft a lot of the unique armors that you find throughout the game. I'll show you an example as we come over here to the forge. This mod allows you, go down to the miscellaneous category, it allows you to create Azadal's armor. Here's Ariel's armor, Ariel's boots, bow, crown, gauntlet, shield. I mean, it's all here. And that's what I created. I didn't create it right out of the box. I waited until my smithing was at 100. Actually, I waited until I got glass smithing, I think, or I didn't come right out of the box with this armor. I didn't want it to be overpowered, and I thought there's something that she needs to work towards, this character. You don't just want to start out with. That's not how I play. But look at all the stuff you can create. You can Blades armor, I mean the Cultist armor, Dark Brotherhood, Dawnbreaker, so you can create Dawnbreaker and enchant it with whatever you want. I didn't do that. I got the real Dawnbreaker from the Quest of Meridian Beacon, but you can certainly, I mean, heck, you can make this if you want. You can make two of them, dual Dawnbreakers. Here's all the Dawnguard armors. I mean, this mod is incredible. You can create so many pieces of armor, Forsworn stuff, Greybeard stuff, the Jagged Crown, Jester's Clothes, blah, blah, blah. Get this mod. It is awesome. And you can enchant all this stuff. It also has Nightingale stuff, swords. Here's a really cool thing. All the Dragon Priest masks. You can create cloth versions, and you can create light armor versions of all of these masks, and you can enchant them with whatever you want. Sijic robes and boots and hoods and skull armor. I mean, it's just crazy. This mod's awesome. That's where I got her Templar, the Ancient Falmer armor, or Ariel's armor that she's wearing, through that mod. Another mod that really helped me, we'll get back to the mod section, another mod that really helped me was called Practice Dummies. This mod, Practice Dummies, allows you to, well, I'll wait till the things is done loading here. Another mod that was really helpful was called Practice Dummies. If I can find it here. Practice Dummies right here. This mod allows you to increase your one-handed skill for this build. As a high elf, you don't start out with a great one-handed skill, so you can, in the early game, you can, you know, level it up by using a sword, but you can also go to a practice dummy and you can hit the practice dummy with your one-handed sword, and it levels up your one-handed pretty quickly, as it should, because it's a practice dummy and you're training. It only will allow you to increase your skill to level 30. So level 30 is the highest you can go with the practice dummy, and I'll show you that now. There are practice dummies located in the companion's yard, and there are practice dummies, you know, spread out, but when you find one, just start hitting it with your shield and you'll level up. So for example, these are practice dummies here in the companion's yard. At the early levels, you just come over here with your sword and you start hitting this practice dummies, and your one-handed will increase. And you just keep hitting it, and your one-handed will increase. So that's how practice dummies works. Very cool mods to use. Another great mod to use is bounty perks. With this build and a lot of other builds, honestly, bounty perks is a simple script to reward the player with 1 perk point upon completion of a bounty quest. So basically you go to the Jarl or the Jarl's aid and you ask if there's any work, or you go to an innkeeper, you ask if there's any work. They'll give you a job to go kill some bandits or to go kill a giant or whatever. If you go do that little quest and come back and tell the person it's done, then they'll give you that little 100 gold or whatever, but they will also give you a perk point. And that's important in this build especially, because some of the skills that you need to level up don't level up quite as quickly, and sometimes you will level up but you just don't have enough perk points to really spread around. So this just kind of gives you a couple extra, and you can, you know what, you can do 10 of these quests and get 10 extra perk points right at the beginning of the game if you want to have them. You know, but anytime you sort of level something up and you're like, oh man, I really can use an extra perk point here to get things going, use this. And it's really cool, and it's immersive and it's fun, and you don't have to like use the cheat room and all that stuff. It just makes it a little bit more fun. Another mod, left hand rings. This mod's great. It makes things a little overpowered. It gives you an extra ring to wear on your left hand. When your enchanted is at 100 and you can put 2 effects on something, put 2 effects on an additional ring. Then you have 2 rings with 2 effects apiece. You can have 4 effects just on rings. That's not including a necklace, you know, helmet, armor, boots, gauntlets, shield, sword, whatever. So left-handed rings, very good. Of course, all the ambiance mods, sounds, reverb, quieter dungeons, the lights, the weather, the grass. I mean, all of the you know, the weapon overhauls and these graphics mods. For this playthrough, I used all the noble Skyrim mods for aesthetics and the graphics mods, and it's great. Really made this playthrough fun. Another mod that was really good was the Apache Sky Hair Light. That's where I got the Templar's hairdo. It's kind of like that Princess Leia vibe. I think that's pretty cool. Another mod is called Kio's Skimpy Outfits. Now this just takes the regular armor and basically it kind of skimps them up a little bit, but doesn't make it too much boobs. You know, like, it's kind of tasteful for the most part. There are some armors that are like, okay, that's a little crazy, but I mean, look, I'm not a perv, but I do kind of like good looking armors and I enjoy that. So this mod is kind of the perfect balance between some of those really, I mean, it's a personal preference, but some mods out there are like way too pervy for me with the thongs and all that shit. It's just not immersive in my opinion. For me, this mod sort of balances out the regular game, and it's a good balance. Makes things look pretty good. And then of course the rich merchants, wherever that mod is, rich merchants here of Skyrim. This mod I use pretty much for every build I do. It gives merchants, instead of them having like 1,000 gold where they always run out, this mod gives them like 10,000 gold. Every merchant around Skyrim has 10,000 gold. So at early levels, when you're, you know, grinding out your enchanting and your smithing by making your iron daggers and stuff like that, and enchanting them and selling them, the merchants don't run out of money, and you can continue to use them and level it up. Unlimited shouts. This mod's great as long as you don't overuse it. I mean, you can overuse it if you want, but I like to be a little bit more immersive. I don't like to just shout. But basically, you get an Amulet of Talos. It gives you 100% shout cooldown. I only put it on when I'm like really struggling, and I don't want to turn down the difficulty. So I might use 2 Fus Roda shouts in a row to sort of clear the area so I can heal or something. But it's good to have. It's nice to fall back on. Another great one is Whiterun Underground. It's an underground layer. I'm going to do a separate video for some of these mods that are a little bit more detailed. Whiterun Underground Layer. It is an underground layer in Whiterun that is full of like some trainers, beds, enchanting stations. It's just full of stuff that you need and that you're going to want. And also, what else is there? Alternate start. That's it. The alternate start mod for this particular build, I use the alternate start, which is camping in the woods. And basically you're camping outside of, like right outside of Helgen, really. And I sort of role played that she came into Skyrim, she set up a camp. She was trying to make her way to Riverwood and Whiterun because she heard that was sort of a trading hub and she thought she could find some work. And anyway, she she was close to Helgen, and that's really kind of where I started the game. Basically allows you to skip the beginning cart ride and escaping from Helgen. I didn't want to do all that, so camping in the woods is the choice that I used for this particular playthrough. So those are the mods, some of the mods that I used that really kind of helped this build along. Anyway, it's the Templar. She looks awesome. I mean, that's Keo Skimpy Outfits armor mod that's helping make her look so good there. This hairdo, let's take off her little helmet here. The hairdo is from Apache Hairs. Where's her little... Where is it? Oh my god, Templar crown, that's it. Okay, so this is her hairdo. I mean, it's got that Princess Leia vibe to it. I really like it. Pretty cool. That's Apache, the Apache mod. Like I said, the armor came from the unique armors mod, or clothing and armors mod, where you can craft unenchanted versions of this stuff. So, major skills. Let's talk about her skills. Here's her major skills: enchanting, smithing, block, one-handed, light armor, and if I can get there, restoration. That is it. Simple. Right now, my Templar is level 40. Her restoration's at 40. I'm going to keep trying to get that up. I'm going to keep trying to get block up to 100. But honestly, smithing is at 100. I only went up to glass smithing here because honestly, I didn't think I needed any more, and I wanted to spend my perk points elsewhere. Hey, look, if you want to do those bounty perks, go ahead. What do we got here? We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You go do 5 bounty perk quest things, and you can fill out that whole tree if you want. I mean, whatever you want to do. Block, I want to start using some skill training from this point forward. I want to get that up to 100 and get every perk there, except for this middle one. Time slows down. Quick reflexes. I don't need it. I don't use it. You can use it if you want. One-handed is fine. That's all the perks I'm going to get because she's just using a sword. We just do bladesman. That's it. 3 out of 3 there. 5 out of 5 in armsman. fighting stance, works our way up to Savage Strike, which is awesome. Love decapitating our enemies. And that's it. I don't need this paralyzing strike. I don't use backwards power attacks. I'm not good at it. If you watch my Templar series, you'll know I'm not good at hitting my targets in front of me anyway. I miss them with my sword 50% of the time. So for me to do a backwards power strike is not going to happen. Light armor 100. Take every perk you can get. But that's really it. It's a really simple build. It's sword and board. That's shield and sword. And when you need to heal, you got your restoration. And everything that you wear is enchanted. I mean, she's part of the Templar order, so she's enchanting. She's good at enchanting. She practiced it and got good at it in her Templar order. So let's give you a little demonstration of what the Templar can do here. We're going to go to, I believe we're going to go to Halted Stream Camp, I think. Or maybe we'll go, I don't know, let's just go clear out some bandits somewhere. We'll travel to Huntingbrew Meadery, and maybe we'll clear out some bandits on this side of town here. I've got an idea. Let's show you what the Templar can do by doing a mission. We're going to find Hel Ra inside the Halted Stream Camp. This is a mission you get in Whiterun from I can't remember the dude's name, but he's looking for his sword. So that's the quest we're going to do. Right now it is 4:22 a.m. We are going to find the Halted Stream Camp because we don't know, we haven't discovered it yet. We're probably going to travel. We're going to just have to walk there or run there. So let's go ahead and we'll just run there. What the heck? Oh, it's a saber cat. How you doing? You and your big ass teeth. Can I pet you? Oh, hey! Sorry, whoa! Where? Hey, where are you going?
Bruce?
Yeah! That'll teach you to run away from me when I'm talking to you. Sorry, okay. Halted Stream Camp, let's go. Alright, we are here outside of Halted Stream Camp. Let's show you what the Templar can do. I mean, basically it's just a bunch of bandits outside, then we're going to go in, there's a bunch of bandits, there's a bandit leader, let's just go kick their asses. Now, Dawnbreaker is the Templar's main weapon, but because these are not vampires, we don't really have to use it. As a matter of fact, the Templar carries around two backup swords. One is called Fire Shock Sword, which is enchanted with fire and shock. The other is Frost Shock, which is enchanted with frost and shock. If you run into Dunmer, who have a fire resistance, use your Frost Shock. If you're dealing with, I don't know, Draugr or Nords that have a resistance to frost, use your Fire Shock. I think what we're going to do is we're going to do a little bit of both. I think for the bandits that are outside, we'll use Frost Shock. For the ones inside, we'll switch to Fire Shock. So this is our Fire Shock sword. It's got full charge, and we've got our shield. So let's go cause some trouble here. Hello, bandits. Excuse me. Hi, I'm selling Holy Templar Girl Scout cookie or Holy Templar cookies. Thin mints. Thin mints. I've got the thin mints. Hello. Anyone? Hello? Anyone? Excuse me. Hi! Oh my god. Excuse me. Yeah. You can't take me. See what I'm talking about? I just missed. I'm going into first person. Yeah. Okay, so you're dead. Hey! Stop burning me. How about this? Oh, I just killed her with my shield. That is awesome. Hey, hey, excuse me. Can we just take a moment while this guy's shooting arrows at me to admire this sunrise here? I mean, this is really just... It's so pretty, and you suck. Oh, you got me. Alright, that's it. That's enough of you. I'm not playing with you anymore. Yeah. She's a little overpowered right now. I probably should raise the difficulty, and I would say... Oh my god, are you kidding? I should probably raise the difficulty here. I think I'm on Master or something. Anyway, let's go back to third person. And hi!
Give me so much.
Oh, right in the knee. Oh no, I chopped off his head. Yeah. So that's it. It's shield and sword. We're gonna go in here. Let's continue messing up these bandits and punching them in the face. Alright. Here we are inside. Now we're going to switch to fire shock just for something different. We're going to try and stay in third person. Let's see if we can do this without getting completely killed. Hi!
What was that?
It was me! Ow! Man! Hit me with your hammer. I will cut off your face! Jackass. Okay. Oh, we need the key. So, let's grab the key here. This is the key to Halted Stream Mine. Okay, let's go introduce ourselves to the bandits down here. And let's see if they want to buy some Templar Order cookies. It's kind of like the Girl Scout cookies. Oh, you know what we can do? We can go with Fire Breath, or we can do a Fus Rodah shout and knock their little lamps down and like burn them up. Let's try that. Let's see if this works.
Fus?
Bam! It worked! Oh man, it got them all angry. Here they come. I want to bottleneck them right here.
I'll skin you alive. I'll show you
will
what a
you?
real orc
Will you? You're gonna show me what an orc can do? How about this? Oh my god! You're shocking me. All right. What? Sorry. You can't hurt me. My magic resistance is at its maximum. All right, honey. Go ahead. Keep shocking me. Look, I'm not going to take this from you. Excuse me. Stop. I said, stop shocking me. There. Take some of that. Okay, so she's a little overpowered. You feel free to change the difficulty if you're playing this character and it's too easy. So there's Hell Ra. We grab it. Grab all the stuff, we take it back to Whiterun. Anyway, that's an example of the Templar. Sword and board, punching people in the face, hitting them with your different swords. If it was vampires, we would have used Dawnbreaker. So that's it. That's how she rolls. And that's it. That's her character. Feel free to enchant her armor, whatever. This Armored Circlets mod, for some reason, I think there's a glitch that's allowing me to wear 2 circlets. So I have a ton of enchantments on here. A ton. Basically, it's all the ones that pertain to your character skills. Block 40 more %, increase your shock resistance. I mean, we've got fire resistance, frost resistance, magic resistance, shock resistance. We've got one-handed attacks. Blocking is better. More one-handed attacks, magic resistance, increase your health, increase your stamina, increase your health, magic resistance. I mean, it's all here. Restoration spells cost less to cast. Magic regenerates faster. It's everything, the basic enchantments that you need. Just stack them all on here. Turn the difficulty up to legendary. Have yourself a hoot of a time. But that's it. That's the Templar for you. Little, you know, clip into what she can do. So try this build out. If you have any other build ideas that you want to see me kind of play through, that's what I do. My next build series I'm going to do something different. This is my first one, so I'm having a ball doing it, and I'm glad that if you have watched this, I'm glad that you did. And hopefully we can be friends forever. Just leave a comment. Tell me you want to be my friend. Or not. Either way, I'm eating pancakes today, and you can't stop me. So that's the Templar build, everybody. Enjoy. Watch my Templar series, starting from episode 1 all the way to episode 16. Just kind of see how the character develops. Have some fun. I try to have some fun making it. Until my next build, I'll see you guys. Thank you for watching. Really appreciate it.